This is kind of a love-hate relationship. This does not look good. What? The worst. From cylinder 1 to cylinder 6. Wow. You shouldn't go below 27 again. Dang. These are the 3 tools I used. Much better. Below spec when it comes to compression.
Hello.
You want to see? Small amounts at the time. Hi guys. This is a quick update about the A7. I still use it. I haven't sold it yet. I am currently performing some maintenance. I'm thinking about removing the spark plugs and cleaning them because they are taking a lot of carbon on them because of the internal problem. So right now the car is has become very rough. So I am hoping cleaning the spark plugs will improve the engine performance despite the issue. It is still misfiring a lot. It's still shaking at idle, and the car is like stalling between 1000 and 3000 RPM. Then after that, it works fine. So I guess it's because of the lost compression in the cylinders. So to get some acceptable compression inside the cylinders, you have to get to a certain RPM that is normally higher. So this causes a lot of fuel consumption, of course, because I'm obliged. I have to drive the car at a very high RPM to be able to drive it around. And it's also, like you already know, drinking a lot of oil. Oil consumption is still increasing. Last time I updated, last time I reported the oil consumption, it was around 200, 1 liter or 1 cart per 200 kilometers when I'm driving, let's say, gracefully above 3000 RPM. But if I drive spiritedly, back then it was around 100 kilometers. Right now, it has decreased a bit. I think I lost 10 to 20 kilometers of range before the system asked me to add engine oil. So of course I have already purchased a new car. The reveal is going to be probably in my next video. That will allow me to decide whether I want to keep this junk or sell it. The first idea was to sell it, but I thought the engine would have died, but it hasn't died yet. It's getting worse, but it's still working. Not fine. It's working very badly, but I don't have any other choice. It's the only car I have, so I'm using it like that. And well, I don't want to give too much details. This is supposed to be just a quick update. I will give more details in a future video. So just today, it's Saturday. I was bored and I'm like, okay, the car's been getting rougher lately and I don't want to get stuck in traffic. So I am removing the spark plugs. They are probably fouled, all 6 of them. I'm gonna remove them and I'm gonna soak them in vinegar, white vinegar. And I have white vinegar here. Yes, so I have done this in the past. It worked. Uh, when you soak it, not the whole thing, but just the tip of them, and you leave them for a few hours, the carbon just comes off very easily. But don't leave them in acid for too long, in vinegar for too long, because vinegar also causes metallic object to start rusting. So usually you remove them right after a few hours. You make sure you wipe them well, and they should work better than before. So that's what I'm going to do today. Well, honestly, I still haven't. I don't know how to say it. This is kind of a love-hate relationship. This car is so beautiful. This car is so hot looking. Everywhere I pass, everybody is complimenting. Everybody is turning heads. No, this design doesn't deserve this kind of engine. Look at this car. It's been a year, but I still haven't, lost the excitement every time I walk towards it. It looks so good. Audi, why did you put such a crappy engine in such a beautiful car? Huh? Okay, this does not look good. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if it's oil that passed the spark plugs, or if that's fuel. The reason why I may suspect it's fuel is that I have noticed that the guys I gave my car to check the compression were not able to disconnect the injectors. And I haven't seen it, but it's what I suspect. And it's a shame that they lied to me, or didn't say anything about it. They did not disconnect the injectors before doing the compression check, and it is likely fuel was everywhere, and fuel was left in the spark plug holes, or this is just simply oil flooding the cylinders and getting past the spark plugs. I don't know what it is, but this does not look good. This is not good at all. This is the second ignition coil. The first one didn't have this much dirt on it, but this one is really not good. This is the third one I took out. This is for cylinder 4, and it looks clean, except that there's a little bit of oil. You can see, let me focus. There's a little bit of oil there. That's all for this one. The other two were really messy. So maybe it was not fuel. Is it oil getting past the spark plugs? Or did they not, maybe they did not torque the spark plugs as they should be? I mean, definitely you cannot trust anybody. They had everything in their shop, and still, anyways, I cannot blame them now, but I am suspecting them for doing a crap job on my car, just to check the compression on the cylinders. But I think we should be very careful what we give our cars to. I never give my car to anybody, any of my cars to anybody to do any kind of maintenance on it, because I know people won't follow the procedures. Look at what I just found out. This is the third ignition coil I'm pulling, and things do not look good. It wasn't like that before. This is the first time I'm taking the car apart since I took the car to that shop to have the compression checked. Nobody else touched the car until now. And look at what I'm finding. I am really pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'll check the other cylinders too and see the other spark plugs on the other side to see what I find. So here are the ignition coils on bank 1, and none of them was as messy as the ones I found in cylinder 5 and 6, but 2 of them have a little bit of oil on the tip, just like I found on cylinder 4. So I am not sure what to think right now. I know the cylinders that are losing most of the compression are cylinder 5 and 6. Okay, 5 and 6, and they are the ones that were messy. They are the ones that had the messy ignition coils in them. But I don't think oil is supposed to pass the spark plugs. So I'm more likely to believe that the spark plugs in cylinder 5 and 6 were not properly tightened to the appropriate torque spec, and cylinder 4 and the other 2 cylinders here, the spark plugs in these cylinders, were not torqued either to the appropriate torque spec, but were tightened a little more. They were more tight than the ones in cylinder 5 and cylinder 6. I'm gonna try to show you a video of the guys working on the car. They did not take away like the expansion tank, the coolant expansion tank, and they did not take away the air filter housing to get proper access to the ignition coils and spark plugs. So they probably forced their way in and were not able to properly tighten everything, which is why we have this. I cannot confirm for sure, I cannot blame them, but it is very likely. I'm gonna clean everything, put the car back together, and I'm gonna drive the car for a few more days, then check again to see what happens, because I really don't think oil is getting past the I really don't think oil would get past the ignition. Let me say it again. I really don't think oil would get past the spark plugs if they were well tightened, if they were tightened to the torque spec. So then you can't trust people. Let's check the spark plugs. I am currently loosening the spark plugs. I did 1, 2, 3 over there. They were somewhat tight enough. 4th was also tight enough. 5 was loose. See? Barely. Loose. I'm gonna check 6. What? Wow. Dang. Is this why the car was knocking? There was a since I got the car, I don't know if the knock noise started after I brought the car to the shop to have the compression checked, or if it started before. But I've been hearing the car knocking a lot. So I thought it was because the engine was about to die. But anyways, I cannot confirm now. Maybe knocking is occurring because of this. The spark plugs are loose. Okay. I'm gonna take them out and show them to you. Okay, so this is the spark plug in cylinder 1. Can we see better? This camera doesn't focus well. It's obviously fouled. Let me see. Okay, there. And okay, there's oil here. There's oil in it on the head of it, or somehow, yeah, something like that. Anyways, let's move on to the second. Okay, so what do we get? About the same thing. The tips are dry but fouled. Come on, focus. Focus. The tips are dry but fouled. Sorry for the bad video. This camera doesn't focus very well. The tips are dry, and we have oil here as well. Okay, now cylinder 3. Same story. All right, let's move to the other bank. Okay, that's cylinder 4. Same crop. Okay, I need to loosen this a little more. Wow, look at that. There's already oil here. Okay, this is worse. That's cylinder 5. More oil. Wow. And that's cylinder 6. Worse. The worst. Look at that shit. This is not good. Here are the spark plugs lined up from cylinder 1 to cylinder 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the tip of cylinder 1. Cylinder 2. Cylinder 3. Cylinder 4. Cylinder 5. Cylinder 6. All fouled, and 4, 5, and 6 are the worst. I don't know if I'll be able to show you the inside of the holes. Let's turn on the flash and try. Cylinder 1, okay, we can see something. That's the inside of cylinder 1 spark plug hole. Cylinder 2, you can see a little bit of oil at the base, just like for cylinder 1. Cylinder 3, same thing. Cylinder 4, this one's gonna be a little tricky. Cylinder 4. Cylinder 5. Wow, look at the mess. And cylinder 6. I'm going to clean up the holes. I'm going to clean up the spark plugs, soak them in vinegar, and put the car together and see what happens. With what I've seen, I think it would be wise to proceed to an oil and filter change. I proceeded to an oil change about 1,000 kilometers ago, but I just checked the engine oil and it doesn't look good. It's very dark and smelling very funny. Let me see if we can focus somewhere here. See? So I'm gonna suck the oil out and we're gonna change oil and filter. I think I'm also going to change the air filter as well because it's really filthy. done sucking the oil. There must be some more in there, but the reservoir is full. The extractor reservoir is full. I'm gonna try to put the oil in something else and try to pump it a little more. $1,000 and at least 6 carts or 6 liters of oil added. And look at the oil. It is so contaminated. Look at that. This is crazy. Now, what about the oil filter? Let's have a look. Wow. Crazy. This is the oil filter, the replacement oil filter O-ring. I'm lubricating it with a little bit of oil. Don't do too much oil or it will leak. Now I'm placing it. On the adapter. Okay, I think it's reached its place. Now the filter element. You need to hear that click. Now let's torque it. Torque wrench. 25 Newton meters minimum. 5 additional Newton meters. That will be 30 Newton meters maximum. So you can be doing 25 Newton meters. But if you do more than 25 Newton meters, you shouldn't go below that new value again. Let's assume today you torqued it to 27 Newton meters. You shouldn't go below 27 again. And if you torqued it to 30 Newton meters, that will be the maximum. If you torqued it over 30 Newton meters, that would mean that the adapter would be damaged. You need to replace it. So right now I've been torquing mine to 28 Newton meters. So this is 28 right now. See, it's not that much. Now, new oil. I have plenty of these 6-pack boxes. Each of the boxes contain 6 bottles of 6 carts each. So I'm gonna need at least 7 carts. This is one box. I have more. I purchased this dipstick. The car doesn't come with one. I had to purchase one just to be able to check the oil level manually. Now let's change the air filter. Okay. Ooh. Dang. Crazy. I'm gonna suck all that dirt out. Dump rag. Dang. What a difference. It's time. It's been about a year. All right. Okay. And now it's time to check the spark plugs. It's been about 2 hours. You can already see that the debris are floating. The vinegar has done some work already, and at the bottom I cannot tilt it a lot. There is some carbon that has gone to the bottom of the small recipient, and you can see elements floating inside. It's not very visible in the video, so I'm gonna use a toothbrush. Here's one already. You can see it's somewhat, you can see it's shining already, like if it like it's like it's new, sorry. So see, you can see carbon floating or ready to be removed easily. So I'm gonna use a toothbrush to help remove the rest of the carbon. I'm gonna do the same for all spark plugs. White vinegar works. Just don't leave the spark plugs in the white vinegar for too long. And after you've taken the spark plugs out of the vinegar, you have to clean them immediately and make sure you wipe off the vinegar off it. Otherwise, it's gonna start rusting. Wow, look, looks like it's new stuff. Only 2 hours. That's incredible. Okay, they are all clean now. Uh, Look at that. It's not perfect. It's not like brand new, but compared to what it looked like before, it's much better. So they still have some vinegar on them. I cleaned them with a damp rag, but they still have some vinegar on them, which may cause rusting. So to clean them, I'm gonna use demineralized water. I'm gonna clean them with demineralized water to prevent them from rusting. Don't use any kind of water. Use demineralized water. It's better at cleaning the acidity that's on them. I'm gonna clean the bottom and then the top of them. Then I'm gonna use a clean cloth, a clean rag to wipe them. I forgot to mention, I did not just use an old toothbrush. I used a pick. Some of the carbon was hard to remove. I wanted them out, so I used a pick to clean further. And then I used a metallic sponge to clean them further. So these are the three tools I used. I changed the vinegar 3 times. So after cleaning them with, see, they're already starting to rust. You can see them turning red. So that's the effect of the acid. So I want to make sure they are properly clean. So I'm gonna blow them with air. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure they're properly dry. Then I'm gonna install them in the car. Okay, now I'm going to quickly clean the tip of the ignition coils. I already cleaned them, they're all clean. I'm gonna use some contact cleaner to make sure there's no residues on the end of them. Okay, now I need to wipe them. Now I'm going to make sure they are dry. Okay, now I'm going to go install them. You want to see? I'm gonna install the screws and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm done. Now I'm going to turn on the ignition, connect VCDS, and read the codes the car has been storing since. I don't know if there has been new codes. We are going to check them out. Let me shut this thing. Okay, I am in the car right now. I have connected the VCDS cable I'm going to start the ignition. Okay, the ignition is started. I'm going to connect the VCDS cable to the computer. Okay, I just connected the cable. And now let's start VCDS. All right, so let's select the engine. We want to read the fault codes. We have 11 faults. We still have the cylinder disabling, mostly cylinder 6 and 5. And we have a leak in the air intake system. I'm not sure why we have this code now. I've never seen this code before. Maybe it's because of the bad job these people did on my car. Then they said PCV valve malfunction. There you go. The PCV valve I already replaced about a few months ago. It's already malfunctioning. I didn't have this code before. Let's keep going. Cylinder 3 is misfiring. Cylinder 6 is misfiring. Cylinder 5 is misfiring. Cylinder 6 again, misfiring during direct injection. Cylinder 6 again, same thing, but different code. Cylinder 6 again, same thing, during manifold injection. Cylinder 5, also during manifold injection. And random multiple cylinder misfire. Alright. So I am not surprised. The engine is done. The engine needs replacement. These cords are just normal, given the state of the engine, with all the cylinders below spec when it comes to compression. Still, I'm going to clear the codes because I just noticed things that were not supposed to be in the engine bay. I fixed them, and hopefully some of these codes will not come back again. But the codes about the cylinders misfiring should still be coming. Let me clear 3 times. Okay, now done. Go back. Uh, I'm not gonna try to see if there's any other problem in any other module. I know the AC. Let me show you. The AC. I'm still in the engine, right? Go back. Auto HVAC. The AC is not working since a few months. The AC compressor is having an issue. I believe if we check the codes here, you will find it. Oh, now we have 2 faults. Uh, the first one saying motor for right B pillar, footwell shut off flap. Okay, that has nothing to do with the AC not working. There you go. This AC clutch. So the AC clutch has given up on the car and is not working. I have researched this in the past. It looks like I need to either replace the AC clutch, which is not easy to do, and the AC clutch itself it's very expensive, or I'm gonna have to replace the whole compressor. So I've been driving the car without the AC since then. So this is it. So let me go back to the engine again to see. We are going to start the car. Yeah, but before we do, I think VCDS likes, or the car system likes us to close everything, exit, turn off the ignition, and then try it again. So right now I am turning the ignition off. Ignition is off. I'm going to turn ignition on again. Okay, ignition is on. Now I'm going to go back to VCDS, and I'm going to go to the engine module and check for fault codes again. No fault codes. Now I'm going to start the car. Okay, the car started. Let's start checking the codes. Already one fault code. Cylinder 6 misfiring. There should be more codes as the car is as the engine is running. Let's check again. Okay, one code so far, but I'm sure if I drive it a little more, we're gonna have more codes. So far, the cylinder 6 is the cylinder that's having the most issues. There's according to the guy who checked the compression on the car, the cylinder 6 has a broken piston. Let me stop the engine. The cylinder 6 has a broken piston inside. This, he said the cylinder 6 has a hole in it. The piston in cylinder 6 has a hole in it, and he said he found cracks in the cylinder head on the driver's side. That would be bank 2. So when he checked the compression for the other cylinders, they were all below spec. I will show the videos of him at work in this video.
Démarrer. Ayo. Deuxième. Allez. Ok. Hey. Ayo. Hey, troisième.
Hey, troisième.
Ayo. Hey. Ayo. Hey.
Yeah,
Ayo.
bravo. Yeah, bravo.
Prêt?
Hey. Sixième.
Sixième, moi.
Allô? Intéressité.
Okay, I think I'm done for now. The car, I did not expect anything to get fixed on the car. I just wanted to fix things that were not done properly, and I just wanted to check the codes that came that were stored in the memory since the last time I worked on the car. It's been, I don't remember, maybe 3 to 4 months. I'm not sure. And I've been driving the car. I think I've traveled at least 5,000 to 6,000 kilometers. I'll double check and I'll let you know. All right, I'm done here. I totally forgot that I wanted to use this carbon cleaner um, solution from Liqui Moly. I wanted to inject one inside the throttle body and put the second one in the fuel tank. I totally forgot. I'm gonna have to remove the intake hose again to be able to do this. You want to see? Let's do it. You don't want this on your paint. Wipe it immediately with something unique. Some damp rag to do the job. Okay, good. I just removed the intake hose. It's off. Now I have access to the throttle body. I'm going to start the car and allow the car to warm up. Then I'm gonna start pouring the solution into the intake through the throttle body. I'm waiting for the car to warm up. Few more seconds. Okay, I think it's at ideal temperature. Now we can start pouring in the solution. I want you to see it. Oh, it stopped recording and I didn't know. I already poured at least half of this thing in it or more, and I was talking but nothing was being recorded. So I started like this, small amounts at the time, and the reason why I'm doing this mostly is to clean the inside of the supercharger, especially the bottom side of the intercoolers. And this should also help clean up carbon deposits in the intake system, on other components as well. So I don't want the engine to get flooded, to stall. So if I feel like it is shaking too much, I'll stop the application. I just want to pour it in small quantities to avoid flooding the engine. I'm gonna wait a few seconds to allow the engine to breathe a bit, and I'll pour the rest in. Okay, it's starting to shake a little too much. I'm gonna wait a few seconds and continue. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, now I'm gonna let the engine idle for some time. I think it would be a good idea now to start to install the no, I should install the intake hose while the engine is running. I'll wait. I'll wait. Okay, I think now I'm going to stop it, to stop the engine. I just remembered that some guy said it would be a good idea to stop the engine while the solution is still wet in it, so there will be some deposits for some time. This should allow the solution to work on the components without being exhausted. So by the time I'm done installing the intake hose and putting everything back together and cleaning up the place, that should be enough. I'll start again and I'll give it some time, then I'll drive away.